Hello everyone, I'm Allen Rai from grade 9A, and today I'm going to be speaking about my topic, the power of yet. So a high school in Chicago had its students pass a certain number of courses in order to graduate. If they didn't graduate, they'd get the grade not yet. And I thought that was fantastic because if you get a failing grade, you think, oh, I'm nothing, I'm nowhere. But if you get the grade not yet, you realize that you're in a learning curve. Not yet also gave me insight into a critical lesson that I learned in the beginning of my grade 9 session, a real turning point for the better. Carol Astwick and her team, who are the main inspirations for my topic, wanted to do a research to see how students would react and cope with challenges and difficulties. So, she gave her students questions that were a little bit too hard for them. And some of them reacted in a shockingly positive way, saying things like, oh, I love a challenge, or I was hoping this was going to be informative. They have what most people call a growth mindset. But the other students thought it was tragic, catastrophic, from the more fixed mindsets. So, what do they do next? I'll tell you what they do next. They said that they'd probably cheat the next time instead of studying more. And in another study, they looked for someone who did worse than them so that they could feel really good about themselves. And study after study, they have run from difficulty every time. So, I have a question for everyone. Are people raising kids for now instead of yet? Kids who are obsessed with getting good grades. Kids who don't know how to dream big dreams, where their biggest goal is to get the next A or the next test score. And if so, what can we do to promote growth in a child? One of the main ways, is not by praising the natural attributes that a child is born with, like talent or intelligence. Don't do that. That has failed. Instead, praising the process that they engage in, their progress, their strategies, their perseverance, their efforts. That type of process praising promotes growth in a child. Another similar way is by rewarding yet. For example, Carol Astwick teamed up with a team of game developers to make an online math game, but her math game was different from the other math games. Where the traditional math game would reward you for getting answers right now, her math game would reward you for putting in more effort and putting in more complex strategies. And over time, what they saw was that kids were putting in more effort, putting in more complex strategies, and overall had a more perseverance towards her game than the traditional math game. And now that we are equipped with this knowledge that we can grow, it becomes a basic human right to be surrounded by growth, to be surrounded by yet. Thank you so much.